Hi viewers and subscribers, welcome back to Miss Jonz Man in Rant. Are Jamaican criminal lawyers all about just money? Please remember, like, subscribe, share and talk back to me. Now I want to draw some context to what I'm going to be talking about. So I want to look at a particular case that involves a Timothy Tolo, a 29-year-old labourer of Marley Acres in the Old Harbour, St. Catherine. He was charged in 2020 with wounding with intent and buggery after brutally attacking two sisters in Marley Acres. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of wounding with intent before the St. Catherine Parish Court and pleaded not guilty to buggery after an advanced sentence indication, ASI, by a judge in Chambers. He was sentenced on the 2nd of July 2021. Now, under the ASI, he was supposed to be sentenced to 10 years imprisonment on each count to be served concurrently. However, in contravention of the ASI, the judge sentenced Tolo to 9 years imprisonment on each count to run consecutively, making it a total of 18 years that he would serve in prison. Now, the judge in the earlier stages of the sentencing exercise had indicated that the extent of injuries inflicted on the complainants constrained him to consider substituting the concurrent 10 years of imprisonment he previously indicated with consecutive sentences. Now, on November 3, 2023, Timothy filed a single supplementary ground of appeal that the consecutive sentences imposed resulted in the punishment being manifestly excessive. No, remember, he's serving 18 years in prison after brutally attacking the sisters. So we've given us some more details of the case. Now, Tolo was the boyfriend of the siblings' eldest sister and was living with the family. Attacked the girls aged 11 and 13 in the night with a machete, leaving them with multiple head injuries while dismembering 3 of one of the sisters' fingers. Now, Tolo, what left the sisters so dead, carried out his attack after the 11-year-old wrote him a letter after he made sexual advances on her. And this is what she wrote in the letter. If he do it again, she's going to tell her parents, the police, and he's going to see it on the news and she's serious, right? So after he made the sexual advances, the little girl decides that she could pen him a letter and she will write him a letter. And the letter that she write him now get Tolo bringle. So in the night while them asleep now, he attacked them. Now, the 13-year-old, when she heard her sister scream, run to the room and start Tolo chopping the girl in her face and head. He also choked her with the left hand while chopping her in the head. The little girl managed to escape, but suffered multiple lacerations to her face, head, arms, multiple facial bone fractures, left mandible and the left orbit. And then he turned on the next sister, the 13-year-old, after the little 11-year-old went out of the room. And she said when she hold up her hand, her right hand for block the blows, as so she lose her 3 finger. And when she dropped between the beds in her room, Tolo just continued to chop her to the point where she lose consciousness, right? So she got 2 lacerations to the palm of her right hand and distal 1/3 of forearm, laceration to left hand, 4 and 5 digits fracture, left forearm bone broken, fracture, right forearm bone broken. You can imagine, all because the little girl decides she going to resist in sexual advances. The sister also sustained injuries to her ears, nose and throat, and had to go plastic and pediatric surgeries. Now, according to what they were saying, they said when the judge looked at it, at the medical report, it was said that the sister's injuries were serious and likely to be permanent. And this is what he got 18 years for. And he should have gotten a longer time. You understand me? He should have gotten a longer time. He should have stayed in jail until his sister finger then grow back. And that should have happened to him. Now, after he attacked them, you know what the dirty boy do? The boy lock up the house so they put them on the premises. Because the parents weren't home. It was when the parents came home that they found them in the house, chopped up, disfigured, and rushed him to the hospital. And he got 18 years. And this boy now decides 18 years is manifestly excessive. Now he has left the children with permanent scars, all because the girl refused in sexual advances. Sometimes we have to be careful who can our house run with siblings and run with children. You understand me? Sometimes as women, we're too quick to move someone in our house because the sister moved him in the house and that was the end result. Almost clever to look up at them because Intel for come on a film side of the house. And the little girl was so smart at 11 years old that she penned him a letter. She said, if you do it again, me go tell my mother, me go tell the police and I go make the news. But pity she didn't know that. It would have ended in her making the news in this way. Now, Tolo decided that he is going to get a lawyer to appeal. So he said that he should only serve the 10 years that was meant that he was offered in the advanced sentence indication by the judge. But when the judge, everything come before the judge could not bring himself. If he said, no, this a boy have to get 10 years. So the judge said, listen, no more concurrent thing now go on. You're going to get 18 years in prison. So this is what he has appealed. And he got, as I said, he got himself a lawyer to go to the appeal court, to go stand before the appeal court to say that his sentence is manifestly excessive. You chop off a pitney finger, right? The child has been disfigured, right? You mess up their face. Because sometimes no matter how much plastic surgery, but you're doing, and even if you hide external scars, the internal scars are there. So time and time again, me see people get lawyer if you appeal for them, so then sentence manifestly excessive. And when you look at the sentence, you say, but this a sentence is ridiculous. You understand me? But because we're not lawyer and we're not judge, and we can only depend on the outside but we veranda and talk certain things, right? Because there are certain things in law that judges have to abide by. Now he get 18 years after doing this, and he got himself a lawyer that is the one that has appealed. And of course, the appeal court has overturned and said nothing was wrong. The judge didn't err when the judge gave him the 18 years, even though the judge had said that he was going to give him 10 years before. You understand me? So that is the way I'm asking now. Is the Jamaican lawyers all about money? No moral compass, nothing. After they do this, then God in bed go sleep, because all of the details of the case would have come before the lawyer, you know. All of the details of the case would have come before the lawyer. And when you see this as a person, especially if you have children, you still decide to listen. Boy, I'm a job me I do, you know. We know that whenever somebody commits a crime, under the law, they have to get representation. All right, so somebody did represent him, and the judge gave him 18 years. Why is it that no need for go represent him because him said that his sentence is manifestly excessive? Make the boy turn in there rotten. So you see, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Because when you look at the details surrounding this case, 11-year-old and 13-year-old girls, and what they had to go through, not all because of his sexual advances being refused. He went in there in anger and chopped up a 2 young lady. Because remember, you know, she gave him the letter. She didn't give it to her parents, no, she just warned him. It's not like she wrote the letter and she gave it to her parents as she came to the station. She wrote him and said, listen, careful of what you're doing, because this is what me I go do, right? And then chop her up. Now, when I hear of all that, when I hear the details of the case, if you were the judge and you had it in the palm of your hand to do something, none of we don't want to give him 18 years. But as I said, the judge has to abide by certain laws, right? But why is it that a lawyer have to take the case? Somebody there will represent him when he was facing the judge in trial. How can this be manifestly excessive as a parent? It's not all about money, you know. Because the money when we did, we can't carry with we. But all you sleep at night is that lawyers don't have conscience. Is it that they don't have conscience? Is it that they see nothing else but dollar signs? That you're going to take up a case like this? Because if I was a lawyer and somebody come to me with a case like this, me have to refuse it. Because there's no way in heavens me I go do this. If you say, listen, you have children. It could have happened to anybody. It could have happened to one of my niece, one of my nephew. It could have happened. So him now want this convict to come back on road in 10 years. 10 years, so it would have been a slap on the wrist kind of thing. If you come back on road in 10 years, or under 10 years, because sometimes because of good behavior, then come out before time. If you come back on wreak havoc on society. That is why sometimes the crime rate is so high. Because of the same lawyers. When people supposed to the jail, lawyer go for bail, and then they come up on road. Remember, man, not that the judge are forced to, you understand me? But when they come before the judge with certain things, judge have to abide by law, right? And judge have to give man bail. And man, they pan 2 murder charge. Man come back a road, kill more people again. So sometimes the lawyers are the problem why the crime rate cannot go down. No, me know someone will not agree with me. But we have to agree to disagree, no, so. That is their role sometimes why the crime rate is not going down. Because some people will stay in a jail. Some people will stay in a jail for a while and sit down in there and think about what they have done. They're not supposed to come back from the road and that's the sunshine. And I breathe the same air may I breathe. They're supposed to stay in there. Tolo. As me saying, try and stay in a jail until a little girl finger then grow back. And we know the little girl finger then can't grow back. You understand me? Say would have been there for the rest of her life. But lawyers, as I said, are one of the main reasons why we're having such a crime issue on this island. Because the next thing we wonder too is, no matter how somebody broke, them can go for the dearest lawyer them on the island when they commit certain crime. I say then, but them the money they come from, because we know so them lawyer they're not cheap. So them mother and them father go sell the cow and the goat and the hog and go take out loan for the piece of land, take out mortgage or whatever for the piece of land in order to get certain lawyers to them. They will stay in a jail, no matter how much money. They will stay in a jail. You have some of them we can't even afford to pay a lawyer, and we have to pay for them lawyer because them have to use a legal aid lawyer. So after they commit crime on society, on us, we have to pay now somebody now for them come back out, for come back and create more havoc in a society. Like seriously? It does sometimes, it get to my head. Because I'm like, when I read some of the news sometimes and I see things that the person is charged for, and then me say, listen, man get bail and man the back a road, and I say, seriously? Legal aid lawyer, because him never have any lawyer, and him tell the judge him can't afford a lawyer, so one was assigned to him. So we are now paying the fee, if he come back out the road now, if he can kill more we. If he come back out the road now, can shoot up our house. If he come back out the road now, come break in our car. If he come back out the road now, if he can chop up a family member. Now I know that it is a criminal lawyer's job to defend criminals, but they defend them to our own detriment. Right? After going to law school for so much years and spending so much millions, yes, they forget about them, have to make their money. But when you look sometimes at the facts of the case, is it that lawyers don't have a conscience? Is it that all lawyers fear, that all that lawyers see are dollar signs? Is it all that they see? That it doesn't matter who it is. As long as you're able to pay my fee, I do what I would strain to do. Now, in trial, they have to get representation. But I'm sure they don't have to get representation when they come on to filing an appeal in the appeal court. So if everybody, when they get their sentence and decide, say, there are certain cases that we're not going to do. You understand me? There are cases that they see where injustice was done. And they say, listen, I'll take this case because this man should not have gotten this time. So it's the same thing, just like what people always say with Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel get too much years. And they have seen people who have done even more than him and get half the sentence that he got. Right? So you say, listen, that's an injustice. Because we can say whatever we want to say in terms of when cartel kill more people. We had no evidence of that. So we have to go by what we have evidence for. And what they were talking about, the killing a lizard. Right? And the amount of years that he got. People kill more people and get less. We have seen where people are drive by road and let down 4 or 5 people. Or drive taxi and kill much people and get suspended sentence. And then you say, where's the justice in all of this? But then I still ask the question again. Are Jamaican criminal lawyers all about just money? I want to talk back to me and tell me what you think about this particular case and other cases that we have come across where they are appealing that their sentence was manifestly excessive, but the victims of the scars, the pain, the wounds, the emotional damage, physical damage, and everything else to live with for the rest of them lives. It's a girl, MJ. Remember, keep safe. Enough love, respect, and blessing. Remember, like, subscribe, and share.